Get ready, because today we're about to reveal the top 5 most valuable wheat pennies that could turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing treasure. These coins may look old, scratched, and completely normal, but some of them have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars in auctions. From rare mint marks to hidden errors, each coin on this list has a unique story that makes it incredibly valuable. So before you ignore that old penny in your pocket, watch till the end, because you might already have one of these rare coins without even knowing it. Top 1. The 1944 wheat penny is already a well-known coin among collectors, but the version with the D mint mark carries a unique story that makes it stand out. During 1944, the United States Mint returned to using copper for pennies after experimenting with steel cents in 1943 due to wartime metal shortages. However, a few rare mistakes occurred during the minting process, and those mistakes are what transformed some of these coins into treasures. In very fine condition, this coin still holds much of its original detail. You can see the outline of Abraham Lincoln clearly, along with the wheat stalks on the reverse side. But the scratches and signs of wear tell a story of decades in circulation, passing from hand to hand, possibly unnoticed for years. These imperfections do not reduce its appeal as much as you might think. In fact, for rare error coins or highly collectible variations, even circulated examples can be worth a fortune. Collectors are constantly searching for specific characteristics that make a coin rare. With the 1944 wheat penny, the value can skyrocket if the coin has a unique composition error, such as being struck on a leftover steel planchet from 1943. These rare transitional errors are among the most valuable coins in American history. When such a coin appears in auctions, it creates excitement across the numismatic community, driving prices to astonishing levels. Now imagine finding one of these coins in an old jar, a family collection, or even mixed in with common pennies. It might look scratched and worn, but a closer inspection could reveal a rare piece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is why coin collectors always emphasize checking dates, mint marks, and unusual features carefully. Even the smallest detail can make a life-changing difference. A mint mark, represented by the small d under the date, is an important identifier. It tells us where the coin was produced, and in some cases, coins from specific mints are rarer than others. The historical context also adds to the coin's appeal. Produced during World War II, this penny carries a piece of American history, a time when resources were limited, and the mint had to adapt quickly. What truly drives the value to around $480,000 is the combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Auction houses often see intense bidding wars for coins like this, especially when verified and graded by professional services. Even in circulated condition with visible scratches, the rarity factor outweighs the wear, making it highly desirable among serious links. Also important to understand that not every 1944 wheat penny will be worth this much. The majority are common and only worth a small amount. The high value applies to extremely rare variations or error coins within this date and mint mark. That's why authentication is crucial. If you believe you have one, getting it examined by a professional grading service can confirm its authenticity and true value. Stories of rare coins being discovered in unexpected places continue to inspire collectors around the world. From old piggy banks to inherited collections, these hidden treasures remind us that history can sometimes be found in the smallest objects. The 1944 wheat penny is a perfect example of how something simple can hold extraordinary value. Top 2. The 1945 wheat penny with a D mint mark struck in Denver and its condition shows clear signs of age. The surface has damage, fine scratches, and the overall appearance reflects years of use. Most people would overlook a coin like this, thinking it has little to no value. But in the world of rare coin collecting, appearances can be incredibly deceiving, because this exact type of coin has been known to reach an astonishing value of around $490,000 in today's auction market. The story behind this coin begins in 1945 Ampere's significant year marking the end of World War II. During this time, the United States Mint was producing millions of pennies to meet the country's economic needs. The wheat penny design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, had already become an iconic symbol of American currency. The Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark below the date, played a major role in producing these coins. Most 1945 D wheat pennies are quite common and can still be found in circulation or collections today. However, the coin we are talking about is far from ordinary. Its incredible value comes from extremely rare characteristics that set it apart from the rest. These can include unusual minting errors, off-metal strikes, or other unique features that occurred during the production process. In rare cases, coins from this period were struck on the wrong planchets or experienced striking anomalies, making them highly desirable among collectors. Even though this coin is described as circulated with damage and fine scratches, its rarity outweighs its condition. In coin grading terms, a fine condition means that the major details are still visible, but there is clear wear across the surface. Scratches and marks from years of handling are expected. Normally, damage would reduce a coin's value significantly, but when it comes to rare error coins or unique variations, collectors are willing to pay extraordinary prices regardless of wear. The excitement around a 1945 D wheat penny reaching nearly $500,000 is driven by collector demand. Rare coins are like pieces of history, and each one tells a story. This particular coin represents a time of global change, economic transition, and the final year of a major world conflict. Owning such a coin is like holding a small but powerful piece of the past. Auction houses often become the stage for these incredible sales. When a rare coin like this appears, it attracts attention from collectors around the world. Bidding can quickly escalate as enthusiasts compete to add a unique piece to their collection. The final price can exceed expectations, especially if the coin has been authenticated and graded by a professional service. One of the most important aspects of determining the value of a coin like this is verification. Not every 1945 D wheat penny is valuable. In fact, the vast majority are only worth a few cents to a few dollars. The key difference lies in rare features that must be carefully examined. This is why collectors use magnification tools and rely on expert grading companies to confirm authenticity. Imagine the possibility of finding such a coin in an unexpected place. It could be hidden in an old jar of coins, tucked away in a drawer, or passed down through generations without anyone realizing its true worth. Stories like these are what make coin collecting so exciting. The idea that a seemingly ordinary penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars keeps collectors constantly searching. The worn and scratched condition of this coin adds to its mystery. Every mark on its surface tells a story of where it has been and how many hands it has passed through. Despite its imperfections, it remains a highly sought-after piece because of what makes it unique. This is why it's always worth taking a closer look at old coins. Check the date, look for the mint mark, and pay attention to any unusual details. Small difference can mean a huge increase in value. The 1945D Wheat Penny proves that even a damaged, circulated coin can become a treasure under the right circumstances. Top 3. The 1946 Wheat Penny with no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, nothing about it seems extraordinary. The surface shows visible scratches, the edges are slightly smooth from wear, and the details are softened from years of circulation. In very fine condition, it still carries clear design elements, but it's far from perfect. Most people would think it's just another old coin with little value. But in the world of rare coin collecting, this exact penny has stunned collectors by reaching a value of around $450,000 in today's auction market. The year 1946 marked a period just after World War II, a time when the United States was transitioning back to normal economic activity. The wheat penny design was still in use, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse side. These coins were produced in large numbers, especially at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark. Because of this, most 1946 pennies without a mint mark are extremely common and are easy to find even today. However, the coin we are talking about is far from ordinary. Its extraordinary value comes from rare characteristics that separate it from millions of others. These may include minting errors, unusual metal compositions, or striking anomalies that occurred during production. Sometimes leftover planchets from previous years or mistakes in the minting process can create coins that are completely unique. These rare variations are what collectors spend years searching for. Even though this coin is described as circulated with scratches and wear, its condition still falls into the eerie fine category. This means that while there is noticeable wear, important details like Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks remain visible and well-defined. In most cases, scratches and damage would lower a coin's value, but when it comes to extremely rare coins, condition becomes less important than uniqueness. Collectors are willing to overlook imperfections if the coin itself is rare enough. The idea that a scratched circulated penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars might seem unbelievable, but it all comes down to rarity and demand. In the coin collecting world, scarcity drives value. When only a few examples of a particular variation exist, collectors compete fiercely to own one. This competition often takes place at major auctions, where rare coins can reach astonishing prices. When a 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark and rare features appears at auction, it immediately attracts attention from serious collectors. Bidding can escalate quickly as people recognize the opportunity to own a piece of history. The final price, sometimes reaching around $450,000, reflects not just the coin's rarity, but also its historical significance and the passion of collectors. Authentication plays a crucial role in determining whether a coin truly holds such high value. Not every 1946 penny is worth a fortune. In fact, most are only worth a few cents to a few dollars. The difference lies in specific rare details that must be carefully examined by experts. Professional grading services use advanced tools and years of experience to verify whether a coin is genuine and to assess its condition accurately. Imagine discovering a coin like this in your own collection. It might be hidden among other old pennies, sitting unnoticed for years. Many valuable coins have been found in jars, drawers, and inherited collections simply because no one realized what they had. This possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every old coin has the potential to be something special. The scratches and wear on this 1946 wheat penny tell a story of its journey through time. It may have been used during a period of rebuilding and growth in the United States, passing through countless hands along the way. Each mark adds character, reminding us that this coin has a history far beyond its face value. Why it's always worth taking a closer look at old coins. Check the date, examine whether there is a mint mark, and look for anything unusual. A small detail can make a huge difference in value. The 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark proves that even the most ordinary-looking coin can become an extraordinary treasure. Top 4. The 1951 wheat penny with no mint mark struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and it sits in what collectors would call very fine, circulated condition. Most people would overlook it without a second thought, assuming it holds little value. But in the fascinating world of coin collecting, this simple coin has shocked many by reaching an incredible value of around $460,000 in today's auction market. The story of this coin begins in 1951 Ampere's time, when the United States was experiencing post-war growth and stability. The wheat penny design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, had already been in use for decades and was a familiar sight in everyday transactions. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint during this time did not carry a mint mark, which is why this particular penny appears without any letter beneath the date. At first, nothing about a 1951 wheat penny seems rare. In fact, millions of these coins were produced, and many still exist today. However, the coin that commands such a high value is not an ordinary example. Its worth comes from extremely rare characteristics that make it stand out from the rest. These can include minting errors, unusual die variations, or even rare metal composition anomalies that occurred during production. These mistakes are often subtle and can go unnoticed without careful inspection, but they are exactly what collectors are searching for. Even though this coin is described as circulated with scratches and visible wear, its condition still falls into the very fine category. This means that while the coin has clearly been used, the main design elements are still strong and visible. Abraham Lincoln's profile can be seen clearly, and the wheat stalks on the reverse retain much of their detail. Normally, scratches and wear would reduce a coin's value, but in the case of rare coins, uniqueness is far more important than condition. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary prices for coins that are rare, even if they are not in perfect shape. The idea that a scratched circulated penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars may sound unbelievable, but it all comes down to rarity and demand. In the world of numismatics, scarcity is everything. When only a few examples of a specific variation exist, collectors compete intensely to own one. This competition often takes place at major auctions, where rare coins can sell for astonishing amounts. When a 1951 wheat penny with no mint mark and rare features appears at auction, it quickly becomes the center of attention. Collectors from around the world place bids, each hoping to secure a unique piece of history. As the bidding continues, the price rises, sometimes reaching around $460,000. This final value reflects not just the rarity of the coin, but also the passion and dedication of collectors. Authentication is a crucial step in determining whether a coin truly holds such incredible value. Not every 1951 penny is worth a fortune. In fact, most are only worth a small amount. The difference lies in the rare features that must be verified by experts. Professional grading services examine coins closely, using specialized tools to confirm authenticity and assign a grade based on condition. Imagine discovering a coin like this in your own collection. It might be hidden among other old coins, sitting unnoticed for years. Many valuable coins have been found in unexpected places, from old piggy banks to inherited collections. These discoveries continue to inspire collectors and keep the excitement alive. 0. The scratches and wear on this coin tell a story of its journey through time. It may have passed through countless hands, used in everyday transactions during a period of economic growth and change. Each mark on its surface is a reminder of its history, adding character to an already fascinating piece. This is why it's always worth taking a closer look at old coins. Check the date, examine whether there is a mint mark, and look for any unusual details. A small difference can mean a huge increase in value. The 1951 wheat penny with no mint mark is a perfect example of how something ordinary can become extraordinary. Top 5. The 1952 wheat penny comes from a time when the United States was experiencing steady economic growth. The design had remained unchanged for years, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the back. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint during this period did not carry a mint mark, which is why this coin appears plain beneath the date. Millions of these pennies were minted, and many still exist today, making most examples very common. However, the coin that commands such an incredible price is not an ordinary example. Its value lies in extremely rare characteristics that separate it from the rest. These may include unusual minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center designs, or coins struck on the wrong type of metal planche. In some cases, leftover materials from earlier years or mistakes during production resulted in coins that are completely unique. These rare variations are what collectors spend years searching for. Even though this coin is circulated and shows scratches and signs of wear, it is still considered to be in very fine condition. This means that the major design elements are clearly visible. Abraham Lincoln's portrait remains recognizable, and the wheat stalks on the reverse still show good detail. While damage and scratches would normally reduce a coin's value, rare coins are an exception. Collectors care more about rarity than perfection, and even a worn coin can be worth a fortune if it is unique enough. The idea that a scratched penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars might sound unbelievable, but it all comes down to supply and demand. In the world of numismatics, rarity is everything. When only a few examples of a specific coin variation exist, collectors compete fiercely to own one. This competition often drives prices to incredible levels, especially during auctions. When a rare 1952 wheat penny with no mint mark appears in an auction, it immediately attracts attention from collectors around the world. Bidding can rise quickly as enthusiasts recognize the opportunity to own a rare piece of history. The final sale price, sometimes reaching around $460,000, reflects not only the coin's rarity, but also the passion of those competing to acquire it. Authentication is one of the most important steps in determining whether a coin truly holds such high value. Not every 1952 penny is rare or valuable. In fact, most are only worth a few cents or slightly more, depending on condition. The difference lies in specific rare features that must be carefully verified. Professional grading services examine coins in detail, checking for authenticity, identifying errors, and assigning a grade based on condition. Imagine discovering such a coin in your own collection. It could be hidden among other old pennies, sitting unnoticed for years. Many valuable coins have been found in jars, drawers, and inherited collections simply because no one realized their true worth. These stories continue to inspire collectors and keep the excitement of coin hunting alive. The scratches and wear on this coin tell a story of its journey through time. It may have been used in everyday transactions during the early 1950s, passing through countless hands. Each mark on its surface adds character and reminds us of its history. Despite its worn appearance, the coin remains highly desirable because of what makes it rare. This is why it's always worth taking a closer look at old coins. Check the date, observe whether there is a mint mark, and look for anything unusual. Small details can make a huge difference in value. The 1952 wheat penny with no mint mark is a perfect example of how an ordinary-looking coin can become an extraordinary treasure. And this coin is more than just currency. It is a piece of history, a collector's dream, and a reminder that valuable discoveries can be hiding in plain sight. A single penny, even one that is scratched and worn, could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars if it turns out to be one of the rarest examples ever produced, making it a true gem in the fascinating world of coin collecting.